Hello, how are you? I hope that all is well. Yes, I do. So, as you're coming in, and just for the record, I am on several different platforms. I am on TikTok, I am on Facebook, I am on Instagram, and I am on YouTube. Okay. If you are on TikTok and you have questions and comments, leave them there. I will address them. If you're on Facebook, you need to sign in and give StreamYard permission if you want me to acknowledge you by your name as you leave questions and comments. YouTube, you don't have to worry about that. Your name will pop up. And on Instagram, of course, I see you, but there is a question box on the bottom right to your screen where you can type it in and you can leave your question. I usually encourage you to do that just in case there are a lot of comments and I don't have to miss it or scroll back up. All I have to do is kind of press that button. Boom, you are there. And let me just put some, hey girl, how are you? And let me just add something here. Share with 3 people because this is going to be amazing with 3 people. And buy a badge if you like. No pressure. Badge if you like. There we go. So we're going to pin that there. And then I am going to officially reintroduce myself and we're going to go get on with this show. So my name is Bernadette Henry of Make It Fun NYC, where I make jump rope and exercise as a whole more fun and exciting for anyone looking to live a healthy and active lifestyle. I'm also the creator of Jump, Journey of the Underdog Making Progress. And I help women over 40 manage their physical, mental, and emotional wellness so that they can live to the highest level of their self-care, okay? And today we're going to be talking about how to get unstuck, okay? So I talk to many women on a daily basis, right? And the kind of women that I talk to, they're women that have a busy life, right? They have kids, they're married, they have a job, they have a business, some are in school. So it's like you're doing so many different amazing things, right? But what happens is it's just kind of hard to find time for yourself and you just feel extremely guilty for doing so when you do want to take time for yourself. So I want to help you get unstuck, okay? So if this is you, or if this sounds like you, feel free to say yes. I agree. I would love some interaction in these comments, okay? So I won't be here as if I'm talking to myself. Let me know if I am like really hitting the mark to make sure that I'm helping you, because that's the point of me being here and providing this content, to make sure that I can provide a solution and help to whatever issues you are going through, okay? So we're talking about getting unstuck, okay? And the reason why we're talking about this, like I said before, is because sometimes like you just like need that nudge to really, go after your goals and do what you need to do for you. So number one, in order to, yes, Rosalind, thank you so much for your comment there on YouTube. So number one, in order for you to get unstuck, you need to recognize that you're stuck, okay? Anytime that you're in denial about something, that means that you're ignoring it and that you're in the position to not even be able to get help because you are ignoring it, okay? Like you have to stop making excuses for it. And it's like you have to figure out, like, okay, is it that you don't want to do the work? Is it that you lack confidence? Like, why are you stuck, right? And once you realize that you're stuck, you have to recognize that you are stuck. Simple Eats with Kiki, thank you so much for the badge on Instagram. You have to realize that you're stuck, right? And that's the first way to working on a problem that you have, is recognizing and acknowledging that problem, okay? Number two, you have to decide to get unstuck, right? If you're not ready to change, guess what? You won't, okay? You have to dig deep down and find that thing that's going to make you take action. Like if you have this problem, so say the problem is you want to start working out. You want to start living a healthier lifestyle, right? And you know deep down in your heart that this is something that you need to do, right? It's not something that you want to do. It should at least be something that you need to do. And you know that, okay, hey, look, if I start living this healthier lifestyle, oh, guess what? I'm going to have more energy. I'm going to be more happy. I'm going to be able to handle my stress better. I'm going to have more energy for the day. Like there's so many different benefits to living this healthy lifestyle, right? But if you don't have that why, that reason, that compelling reason, you're going to continue to keep making excuses. Like I said, knowing that you know what you need to do. So you have to make a decision. And for example, for me, last year, January 2020, my why was I want to get off my blood pressure medication, right? But in order for me to get off of my blood pressure medication, guess what? I had to do some work. I had to create some better and healthier habits for myself. Okay. Now hold on one second. It says my battery is running low, so I have to plug it up. We're gonna rock out with this, okay? Number 3, you have to decide not to let your feelings rule you, okay? So I know a lot of us, we're women here, and like between work, between our spouse, between our business, between going to school, between trying to be a sister, cousin, mother, friend, grandma, whatever role or that you play in your life, like it becomes extremely hard, and then it puts you in a place to become extremely emotional and stressed, right? And when you have those things working against you, you're not going to be motivated to want to do anything, right? So at this point, you have to figure out, okay, am I going to do this thing that's beneficial for me, or am I going to let these emotions run me, right? Because now when these emotions run you, right, and you're in a position where you want to actually better your health, right? You now may go eat a whole gallon of ice, not a whole pint or a gallon of ice cream, or you may want to snack, or you want to eat a bunch of chocolate. And it's no problem with eating those things from time to time. But when you're doing it like every day, or especially when you're in that emotional state, you're not thinking logically. And if you're not thinking logically, like you're not going to be able to do the thing that you know you need to do. So instead of you thinking logically, you're going to be thinking with your emotions, right? And when you're in a state, a frenzy, like your emotions are going to win, and you cannot let that happen. Okay. Number 4, you have to decide that you are worth it. Okay. You have to decide that you are worth it, right? If you don't take action, right, and whatever it is that you want to do, like you're it's going to be detrimental. Okay, it's going to be detrimental to your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health. Like you have to take that action. You have to know, okay, look, I know that I am these things to these people, but I am worth more. I am worth more than what, and not to say that you're worth more than your children and your family and things like that, but guess what, if you don't put yourself first, like no telling what's going to happen, right? If you don't put yourself first, right? Number 5, you have to decide to get accountability, right? And I know that that word accountability scares a lot of people, because it's just like accountability is as if that you have to answer to someone. But and quite honestly, that's what accountability is. Like you feel like you have to answer to someone, and you don't want to answer to anybody because you don't want to feel like you have homework, or you don't want to feel like you're going to get in trouble, or you don't want to feel like these things, right? But in order for you to grow, no matter what area of life you're in, you need accountability. Okay, you need accountability, you need support, and you need community. There's no person out here that's successful that did it without accountability. You have to have Boom. Okay, Facebook and YouTube. I am back. I'm so sorry. I saw the alert that said like your battery is about to die, and like I didn't plug my thing up. So it definitely did die. So I'm glad that I am back. Let me just get my light back. I lost the other light, so we're just down to two lights now. So I am back, okay? So let me go back to accountability. You have to decide that you're going to get accountability for your goals. Like I said, people do not like accountability because they feel they have to answer to someone. But guess what? Any goal that you want to make, all right, you have to have help. You cannot do anything alone. Like I said, no one successful has done it alone. Hello to everyone that's coming in, AJ Chronicles and Trainerai. Thank you so much. Okay. And then the last one, celebrate every single achievement, no matter how big or small. Okay. Sometimes you have to stop taking yourself seriously. Sometimes you're too strict on yourself. You're too hard on yourself. And it's like you want to accomplish everything now. Sometimes you can't accomplish everything now. You have to do little things at a time. Okay. So celebrate everything on your journey. Celebrate everything on your journey, right? So even if you like you're trying to work on this fitness goal, right? And say you went and dig deep down in your closet and found those workout clothes that you haven't worn in forever. That is a step. Celebrate it, right? Because guess what? A few days ago, you wasn't thinking about doing that, right? So you want to make sure you celebrate every part of your journey, right? It's your journey. It's no one else's journey. And when you celebrate yourself, you feel empowered to keep going. Okay. Don't ever let somebody make you feel as if your accomplishment is a little thing. Okay. Because it took a big step for you to even make these decisions. So yes, people do run away from accountability. So if you just got here, once again, we are talking about getting unstuck when it comes to your fitness or your wellness journeys, okay? Because like I said, I understand how difficult it can be, especially when you're a woman and you have like so many responsibilities. You're a spouse, you are a mom, you're working, you have a business, like so many different things that's going on that you kind of take away time from you because you're feeling guilty and things of that nature. So number one, recognize that you're stuck, right? You can't make excuses. And you have to figure out, do you want to do the work? Do you lack confidence? Why is it, that you are stuck? And you have to really own up to it, right? So the first, thing, the first way to solve a problem is to actually admit that there's a problem. Number two, decide to get unstuck, right? If you're not ready to change, you won't. So you have to dig deep down and find that reason that you want to change, right? And it has to be a reason that's true to you. Don't say what like your coach wants you to do or what this person wants you to do or what that person wants you to do. Like if this goal is not true to you, you're not going to do it. Okay. So I always say stop making vanity metrics. So like for me, for instance, my goal was to get off or eliminate or decrease my blood pressure. So that was my why, right? And my goal was to work out consistently, like at least 3 to 5 times a week. I didn't say my goal was to lose weight. I said the goal was to be consistent, right? So you have to really be careful on how you make those goals, because if your goal is not true to you, you're not going to dig deep down and you're not going to start it at all. Okay. Number 3, you have to decide not to let your feelings rule you. A lot of times we have to start making decisions logically and not based on emotions. So of course, as a wife, as a mom, as a business owner, as a full-time employee, life is stressful, right? And sometimes those emotions can take you down if you don't take some type of control over it. And as a result, like say for instance, if you get upset and you eat you eat like a lot of ice cream or whatever, when you become angry or in your feelings, you're going to think with your feelings as opposed to your logic, knowing that you don't need to eat this whole pint of ice cream like 3 days a week because you have this goal that you want to work on, right? So think like logically and not emotionally. Number four, you have to decide that you're worth it. Okay. You and you alone, like no, like all, like I can sit here on this live and tell you that you're worth it. And I hope that you believe me because you are worth it. Right. But once you have to believe that for yourself. Right. And once you believe that for yourself, you start to boost up your confidence. You start to boost up your esteem. Number five, you have to get accountability. Like I said, a lot of people, they don't want accountability because they feel like that they have to answer to someone. But everyone that has achieved any kind of goal has had support, accountability, and community. All three are important to reach your goals, right? Because if nobody knows what you're trying to do, like who's going to hold you to it? And then say one day you just, I don't know, something happens and you don't deal with it. So now every single day you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper in it. But if you have accountability, now you have somebody that could come to you like, hey sis, what's going on? You kind of vent it out and boom. All right, sis, let's get back to it. And boom, now you're back to it. So you can't run away from accountability at all. Okay. Like me, myself personally, I am in several accountability groups and some of them are not free. Okay. Because I have goals, right? And in order for me to reach those goals, I have to work with my coaches to help me get my life together, right? I got to run my ideas. I got homework assignments, all of these different things that's going to keep me in check. Okay. And last but not least, celebrate every achievement, no matter how big or small. Stop taking yourself so seriously. Celebrate everything. And remember that your journey is yours and yours alone. Okay. And once you decide to celebrate, then you become empowered. Okay. So thank you so much for everyone that has tuned in on Getting Unstuck. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, now is the time to put them in the chat and we can address them. Let me just check TikTok real quick to see if there were any comments here. Hey girl, you added me. Yes, I did. What else do we have going on here? Hello. Okay, so there's no questions, comments on TikTok. I don't see anything on YouTube, Facebook, and I don't see anything here on Instagram. Once again, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the badges. Yeah, mine, salute. Thanks so much for the badges. And I just appreciate you. And I just hope that you decide, within yourself that you want to get unstuck and that you want to start to move the needle where it needs to go so that you can live to the highest level of your self-care. So thank you so much for tuning in. Until next time, I see you later. Bye. Okay.